"I am Yachik Dan Raksa," he said, "appointed by the divine hand to lead the swords of heaven and oversee the final cleansing of foreign taint from our land." The name meant Angel of Victory, which Jaffa supposed was appropriate enough. The divine hand himself had started the fashion for taking the names of angels when he'd called himself Vale Dan Raksa, the Angel of Vengeance. At the rate the council was expanding, there would soon be a serious shortage of angels. Jaffa wondered what would happen when they ran out of manly, intimidating names and were reduced to naming themselves after the Angel of Sisterly Affection or the Angel of Small Crafts. Katoba bristled. "That cleansing should have begun weeks ago. The cursed Vordanai were like a fruit in our hands, ripe for the plucking, but they were permitted to escape. Now the task of evicting them will cost many of the faithful their lives." "The truly faithful are always prepared to lay down their lives for the redemption," the priest said. "But I think you overestimate the difficulty, General." "Overestimate?" Katoba frowned. "Perhaps you'd like to try scaling the walls of Sarhatep without the help of my guns, then." Yachik smiled beatifically. "Walls are no obstacles to the will of heaven." "So, the servants of heaven have discovered how to fly?" "Sirs," Jaffa said, "before we begin, I should remind you that our council is not yet complete." "Oh, of course," the general drawled. "Let us wait to see what a bunch of boy-fucking horse thieves have to say." "The gods value all their children," Yachik said, "and glory comes to all who serve the redemption." The bell rang a third time before Katoba could respond. The last member of the council made no noise on the stairs, and entered the chamber with only the slightest whisper of silk. He was dressed in black from head to foot, loose-fitting robes cinched at the waist, wrists, and ankles in the desoltai style, with a black silk scarf wound around his head. His face was invisible behind his famous mask, a simple oval of brushed steel with two square holes for eyes. This was Malik Dan Belial, the Steel Ghost, chieftain of the desert tribes. He had risen to prominence long before the beginning of the redemption. The Ghost's desoltai raiders had been a thorn in the side of the prince and the Vordanai for years, and the Ghost himself was a hero of 100 stories told in hushed whispers. It was said that he had no face, only an inky void behind the steel mask, and that he traded his very identity to a demon for the ability to see the future. No one rose as he entered, so it fell to Jaffa to greet him. He got up from his seat and bowed. "Malik," Jaffa said. The Ghost had never claimed another name or title. "Welcome. Please take your seat." "Yes, welcome," said Yachik. "We were discussing plans for the final destruction of the Vordanai. Perhaps you might care to add your opinion." "It's too late," said the Ghost. His voice rasped like silk over steel, harsh with the heavy accent of the desert. "The Russian fleet has arrived, with transports and ships of war." "I've heard nothing of this," Katoba said. "Where did you get this information?" The Ghost fixed the general with his blank, faceless gaze. "The ships came into sight yesterday evening." Katoba sat tight-lipped. The Steel Ghost had always displayed a remarkable ability to know more than he should. It was just possible that a man on a fast horse with a string of remounts could have covered the 100 miles between Sarhatep and the city along the coast road. But Katoba's own men had undoubtedly been watching that road, and presumably they'd seen nothing. That meant either that some desoltai messenger had accomplished the same feat cross-country, over the scrubland and desert of the Lesser Desol, or that the Steel Ghost really did have some magic at his command. "We'll need to confirm that," the general said. "If what you say is true, my couriers should bring the news by tomorrow." "Even still,"